And we are back again with El Tesoro Tequila. You can check them out at eltesorotequila.com. Looked up their website. I had never been here before. I'm going to put on my reading glasses because I was very impressed. And I've only seen the homepage. This gave me a little bit more information about the tequila itself. El Tesoro is known as the treasure of Jalisco, crafted in the highlands of the Jalisco, Mexico for generations. This is magic. There is magic in the soil at La Alteña Distillery, our home where a community of skilled artisans use traditional methods of tequila making to create a true treasure. A tequila with soul in every sip. And how do I feel about it already? Harvested by hand, distilled with passion. Discover our process. Now, if you are a massage therapist and you follow me, or I don't know, maybe you're a small business owner, you're an entrepreneur, you're checking out what's going on. These bottles have been sitting for quite some time. Why do I now feel a deeper kinship with these tequilas? Because I read all of 3 sentences on their website. And the thing is, they cared enough about what's in these bottles to make a nice label, make a nice hand-blown, or I don't know if it's hand-blown, but nice glass bottle, and then these tops. You remember I talked about the magenta, and this is me being a jerk, by the way. Remember I talked about the magenta and I can't get it open? These are like the OXO of tequila bottles because that big handle allows me to get that open and closed very, very easily. I'm going to try the Blanco first, then I'm going to go for the Reposado. As you well know, I've talked about this extensively. I prefer Blancos at this point. I'm a cheap drunk. They're less expensive. I want to taste the tequila, the agave, not the wood as much. But it's not because I don't like them. I just, time and place. It is middle of the summer in Austin. Blanco tequila. And then a beer. Just chef's kiss. Just, it works, right? So let's go ahead and do the Blanco first. I'm going to give you tasting notes on it, on like what I think. And it has been some time since I purchased these. I'm going to give myself just enough to get a good taste and good flavor profile. But I love the bottles. I love those tops that I was talking about. These are super easy to get open. I just really thought there was a little bit more, design that went into these. In fact, let me check. I don't think this is a real cork. I think it's some sort of somewhat like plastic or something, but it fits the bottle really, really well. And I also just like the labels. Let me see what the Blanco says on the back, if I can see that at all. El Tesoro is crafted at La Alteña Distillery, founded by my grandfather, Don Felipe Camarena, in 1937. We make tequila here almost exactly as he did then, and for the very same reasons, to pay tribute to our fields of agave and to make a spirit worth sipping. Oh, come on, guys. Why you got to pull on my heartstrings like that? All you have to do is put a nice label on the bottle, and I feel more of a kinship, a connection with your people. I love this. At La Alteña, tradition matters. We still cook our agaves in old-fashioned ovens, crush them with a volcanic Tahona wheel, and double distill our tequila to proof without any additives. It's why it retains the rich, smoky essence of agave and why, in our Blanco spirit, hints of herbs and a touch of sweetness swirl through the spirit. Carlos Camarena, Master Distiller. Nice. Now, how do I feel about it? God damn it. Why do you guys got to pull on my heartstrings? How do you have to use effective marketing to make me feel a deeper connection with the people of Jalisco, Mexico? And I don't even particularly speak Spanish. Can anybody tell me how that works? Well, let's try this. Ooh, so I was excited to come back to this because one of the things that's happened is you get a sense for what you like. You go through 20 or 40 different kinds of, let's say, Blanco tequila, and then you start to develop flavor profiles for what you like and what you don't like. And on the nose, this is great. So spicy, sweet, reminds me a little bit of maybe Suerte on the nose. Clove, black pepper, star anise. Spicy, like you feel it in the back of my sinus passages. Really rich and robust, just on the nose. Let's have a sip and see what we think. Spicy, that Sichuan peppercorn sort of, not burning, but tingle across my soft palate and nose. Herbs, botanicals, roasted agave, spicy, slightly sweet, but it's like coasting in equilibrium. It's not as sweet as maybe the magenta or those sort of like floral notes. This is a little bit more vegetal. And this has sat long enough that I was like, I don't know. Like, what did I think of this bottle? And it's like, yeah, I thought it was good when I had it. The problem is, what happens if you drink scotch, single malts, and the first time you ever have a single malt, it's Lafroig. Now, as you and I probably both know, Lafroig is extremely peaty and smoky. Now, what happens when you have a Highland single malt that's not as smoky? Oh, because you're comparing it to what you've had before, and being that I hadn't had other tequilas, I suspect I will be buying this again. This will be something that might always continue to be in my bar, but let's have another taste and see. Buttery, um, olive oil, viscous, rich, vegetal notes, clove, cinnamon, star anise, a little spicy on the palate and tongue. So this is me. I think I so far like this. Not that I won't buy it again, by the way, and I may have to do that. I think I actually like this a little bit more than Fortaleza. Now, if you are a snob and you say, hey, maybe you just had an old bottle or didn't have what I had, I don't know. I think the Fortaleza was a little more vegetal note than this. This is superbly balanced. This is going back into a battle with some tequilas I've been sampling, and I'm probably going to show you what my bar looks like at some point, because there are 4 to 5 Blanco tequilas that at this point I just think are staples. I can't imagine having a bar and not having bottles of it available. But I mean, oh man, just expertly balanced. It's that rich, buttery, kind of viscous, almost like oily profile on the spirit, like it sticks on my tongue. Spicy, sweet, coasting. Again, the olive, it's almost like spicy, like a little bit of like, I don't know if it's black, maybe white peppercorn. We talked about whether it was white or black peppercorn previously in reviews, but really just not enough good things to say about this. Let's look at their website and see what other information is here, because it says it is harvested by hand, distilled with passion. We know when the agave plants are ripe due to the size and shape of the piña, and when the stem begins to shrink. It is knowledge that you cannot learn in a book, but by living and working. God damn it. Why do you have to have knowledgeable humidors pulling on my heartstrings, making me feel, really? Come on now. You're making me wax poetic about a piña? And that's by Juan Jesus Zuniga Meza. Just absolutely amazing. Do you see how, and this is me, I love practicing my Spanish and a little bit of pronunciation. Award-winning El Tesoro isn't just a tequila, it's handcrafted tribute to agave. There's magic in our soil. And the terroir, I think is it? Terroir, in the Highlands brings something truly special to our liquid. The fruity, floral flavor of our Jalisco Blue Weber agave is experienced in every sip. And let's see. I've dedicated my entire life to La Alteña Distillery. I have carried out these duties since the beginning because that is how the generations before me have done it. Jose Lorenzo Coronado Padilla, that's a head distiller. And every sip tells a story. Sips and serves, supply chain, information. Let's see. So how do I find, where's our tequilas? And if you decide you would like to send me a bottle of this 85th anniversary, feel free. And this is the El Tesoro Blanco, which is the one that we're sampling. Appearance, crystal clear. Aroma, a fresh agave mixed with honey. Oh, take it. Ooh. Now, how many of you are going to tell me that, nah, you must have read that? And I'm like, no. But I'm developing a flavor profile, and based on tastings I've done previously, I can see it. Fresh agave mixed with honey and a touch of what? Green olive. Sweet balance with agave, white pepper, and subtle green notes. Ding! Okay, now, do I feel particularly proud? Yes, because my palate is developing. I'm getting more of a sense of like flavor profile for what's going on. Let's see here as I put on my reading glasses what else we've got, if anything. Let's see what it says for the Reposado. Or no, let's go to the Añejo, actually. If we go in here, floral jasmine oaky flavor with agave back notes. Sweet agave balanced with pepper, oak, and floral notes. I don't know how much the Añejo is at Total Wine. An extra Añejo. Balanced blend of coffee, dark chocolate, dry fruits, and roasted almonds. Holy moly. Reposado single barrel. Oh man, why you gotta draw me in like that? Each cask of our single barrel Reposado is influenced by the unique combination of the season in which the agave is harvested and the cellar location where the tequila ages. A select number of barrels are handpicked by Carlos Camarena at peak maturity become this special bottling from a single cask. Oh, you rotten bastards. Engaging in capitalism, trying to get me to buy your tequila. Why do you got to give me more information to make me feel some heartbeat connection to the humidors? God damn it. Anyway, let's go ahead and sample the Reposado after I take this last swig. Absolutely good. Just not enough good things to say about the Blanco. So let's go ahead and take a sip of the Reposado. I got a new glass because I didn't want to muddy the works there. And again, just enough to give me a good taste, good flavor profile for what's going on there. Again, love the bottles. I just think they're absolutely like well assembled, put together. Really, really great. Oh, wait, totally different. Oh man, it's like, so I get agave in the background, but the oak and the wood up front, like very, very different than a Blanco. Rich caramel notes, slightly like butterscotch, maybe. Maybe there's a little bit of that olive, but it's more like olive oil. Lovely. This is making me think just a little bit more of something like wintertime. Like I'm kind of wondering, for instance, with a Reposado, you know, would I be more likely to drink them in the winter, kind of like scotch? I've noticed with beer, I like lighter beers because it's very hot here in the summer, Blanco tequilas. In wintertime, I kind of want a little more whiskey or a little bit more scotch, maybe a little bit more port, something darker, kind of rich. I wonder if I would drink more Reposado or Añejo in the wintertime, which might be the case. fruity, spicy, cinnamon, maybe like a burst of clove, maybe star anise pops out from behind some oak. So the entire flavor profile is at least twice as complex as the Blanco. The stuff going on in my mouth, the complexity. I would say this: if you like whiskey, you like bourbon, you like scotch, you might want to go with the Reposado or the Añejo if you're trying to kind of transition your way in to tequila. But I still, if I had a choice, I would still go with the Blanco. There's something about the woody notes. It's not that I don't find it appealing. I feel like I'm tasting more of the plant and less of the wood that the tequila was aged in. I feel like there's, a space for this, and I wonder in Mexican tradition, like, when are the tequilas drank or drunk? Sorry, when are the tequilas drunk? Is it like a certain time of year? Is it like mixed in certain ways? Are the reposados or añejos used in mixed drinks? Because in the United States, I think of it more as being like golden tequila or, Blanco tequila being mixed, fairly inexpensive. It's one of those things that I'm not really sure. Sweet, caramel, maybe butterscotch. Having them back to back, it feels like you took this, you put it in an oak cask, you let it age, and then you're getting the same tequila with additional notes from the oak, that butterscotch, caramel. But I can see the connection between the two, having them back to back. I can't imagine having an añejo and an extra añejo all from El Tesoro so that you could sample them back to back. I think you'd have an even better sense of the flavor profile. And what does it say on the website? Appearance, straw, aroma is smoky oak with hints of fruit, vanilla, and dill. Wow, I didn't pick up the dill. That's interesting. Taste, robust blend of oak and agave with smoke and pepper. Yeah, I mean, I would generally agree. Um, Again, I think for me, I would still go with the Blanco, but I really don't think you can go wrong. I would imagine that the other El Tesoro products are probably as good, if not better in some ways than these. But this bottle, this is probably going to be something that's going to remain in my bar, in my collection. In fact, I'll have to check when I go to Total Wine and More what this costs. What does it cost to keep that stocked? It's reposado. It's definitely oaky. I don't feel like one. Um, I don't think I would want to shoot either of these. My sense of it is that they're high enough quality to be sipping tequilas. I could see using either maybe in a mixed drink if you wanted to be fancy. I think these are both absolutely excellent. I don't know if it's necessarily where I would start. I would probably recommend, I think these bottles were a little more pricey. I might recommend that you go with something like El Tequileño, Tapatio, or Suerte to get started. But we will talk about that in more detail as I do more tastings about the kind of the key tequilas that I keep in my bar. But these are absolutely awesome. And many thank yous to the community that helps produce El Tesoro in Jalisco, Mexico. Uh, really appreciate you. Muchas gracias. And you have my corazon. Yes. You really captured the spirit of the agave plant and this is capable of. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. You guys have a good day, and I will see you again soon on Salud with Robert Gardner. Appreciate you, and if there's anything you'd like me to review, send me a message. I'll be happy to chat and see if I can review the things that you're interested in. You guys have a good one.